Welcome back to the Kieran Cullen FC Football Channel, Football Club. No one knows. The ambiguity powers us every single lunchtime. I like to rewatch these Sidemen Charity matches and come at it and review it from a point of view as like a pretty shit goalkeeper myself. I think it's an interesting way to look at the game, and I try and understand from the goalkeeper's point of view if it's a stinker or if it's, you know, someone who just maybe doesn't play in goal that much, or if they do, you know, from a bad goalkeeper's point of view. Also, don't forget to subscribe and join CCFC and become a supporter. Let's try and get 100,000 subscribers by the end of the footballing season. So Theo Baker has shown very early promise here at the beginning of the game. And at this point, when I'm watching, I'm backing this to go in the right-hand side of the goal. It doesn't even need to go in the right-hand side of the goal. There is a massive gap. There's protecting your near post. And then there's JJ should come out around here. Okay, he should be closing the angle down. Maybe a little cricket barrier, but he doesn't. He relies on Theo's bad right foot. That should go in. That should curl in. He's gone for the style points. Okay, he's got to roll it in the bottom right hand corner. Unneeded, Theo. You should have gone. You should have just twatted it, to be honest, or just passed it slightly to the left. But not the most promising goalkeeping from JJ from the off. But it gets a lot more alarming.
That's all you can ask for from your centre half there. It's got him up the pitch.
When we went from I can't. The handball from Gideon is insane. Insane. What is he thinking? What is this? I wouldn't have played play on if I was the referee. It would have confused me so much. I'd be like, I would struggle to be like, oh, hang on, let's see if there's an advantage. Is there ever an advantage from a blatant handball like that? I don't think there is. But Aoife goes through. Now, similar to where JJ was standing earlier, but this is even worse. You've got to get your angles down at the bare minimum. I don't know about you, but there seems to be a large gap for me here, one which I would try and whittle down. If you look closely to the left of XQC, to his right, he's left quite a large space. Okay, let's see where Ethan puts the ball. I knew it. I knew he would put it in there. See, this is the analysis you don't get on Sky Sports. They wouldn't have noticed such a small but slightly larger gap for the shot. All right, but I did. But a fantastic goal nonetheless from Ethan, and I'm so happy for him. He said he wanted to do this, and he did the exact thing. This day was his day. It was not the Sidemen Charity match. It was Ethan's Sidemen Sunday. That's what it was. Right, you got young Philly here. Just no one was running. It was 35 degrees, so fuck that. KSI quite far out. He gets back completely fine. It's alarming when Chris is coming through. Now here at this point, I play 5-a-side with Chris. Usually at 5-a-side, when you're facing Chris, he comes in, he runs to the edge of the box, and he always, 95% of the time, shoots across from the goalkeeper. This is me in goal. Chris runs round, he gets the ball, dribbles, runs round, and he'll shoot the opposite side. He won't shoot the closer side. Here, I'm assuming, from my personal knowledge of playing 5-a-side with Chris MD, he would shoot across from where he's gone. He would be shooting bottom left. However, he goes bottom right. So I don't think there's anything that could be done here apart from defensively. But even then, Chris is very good at retaining the ball and dribbling. So just a fantastic goal from Mr. Christopher MD himself.
Yeah, rappers like KSI doing it. I think it's onside.
Lovely ball over. Yeah, it's a pretty basic finish from Mr. Miniminter. He's going to score those 10 times out of 10. Hell of a ball over. Will there not quite playing the offside trap, fella? I need a reverse angle. It's a very slow reaction from XQC here. Let's see from the reverse angle. At the point of contact, Not the best positioning, but maybe you want to come out a little bit. You want to charge him down at this point. He's in your box. Okay, you want to run out to about here, make yourself big, but he's stayed, he's waited, and he's banked on guessing the right way, essentially. And no, he's slightly lent to the left. It's savable, but it's not one you would batter a keeper for in this respect in the charity match. I am surprised that a Canadian man, I feel like he should be good at goal. Surely he has played hockey at some point regularly through his childhood, but maybe not, because he is a Twitch streamer, and I guess that means you don't go outside, and you're probably not very well versed in hockey or any sport for that fact. So each to their own, but not going to chastise him too much for that goal.
Tries to get on his right. Going. Honestly, just hit it on your left. Test the keeper.
Out of chunks.
There it is.
Oh, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but there is a chance, I feel, that JJ maybe should have got to this one, despite the big deflection. Let's have a look and see if that's true. Okay, so good work for Philly, but equally good defending from the Sidemen team here. They're back in numbers, okay? They thought, you know what, mate? From here, having a shot, what are you thinking? He's going to go top right. JJ, not in the best position where he is right now. He probably wants to be in the middle of the goal because that seems to be covered by the defenders here. But he takes a shot off the back of Harry. Now, bear in mind, okay, KSI is moving to his left, but he was here. And he's gotten over quite quickly. So if he was curling it right, I think KSI gets here. But, yeah, I can't blame him for this one. Okay, it's a wicked deflection. It hasn't exactly deflected over here, but all his momentum was shifted to one way. So, it's unfortunate. But I don't feel like the dive was full stretch, right? I feel like JJ could have gone for it, proper launched himself. But you know, this is one I don't think you can chastise him for. I think this is sadly one that is acceptable to concede in a charity match. Manny, obviously absolutely unreal. To Simon, oh, Will is annihilated there. Oh, and the keeper in XQC, my friend. Deary me. Oh, there's a lot to unpack here. There's seriously quite a lot. Right. Great ball. Right here. Cuts it back. And Will, he's been sold the shot. So he's gone down on his knees like a sad reindeer who's realised it's no longer Christmas and he's going to be murdered and eaten for some kind of reindeer soup. And then here's the shot. Initially, you're like, oh, he's gone to the left of the keeper, but I don't believe he has. I think it's gone straight through XQC.
XQC's got a hand to it, you know. Yeah.
Right, let's see from this angle. It comes through. Oh, he's not got behind it. He's not got behind it. He has to be saving those, okay? He has to be either collecting it like that or, to be fair, I'm not expecting one single collection in a charity match. Not a single one of those, okay? We're not getting that, and I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not doing that. I think you just get your body behind it and just push it away. Push it away. Or just let it buffet it with your hands and it'll bounce in front of you and you can collect it because there's no one else there.
5-star skill moves. He's got family.
Is it one?
Oh.
XQC fans, look away now.
It's not good. It's really, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. His confidence has been knocked by the previous goal he conceded. He almost collects it and it bounces out. It doesn't commit to it. Bounces out of him, which it can happen, okay? If you don't play in goal a lot, it can be an issue for it bouncing just before or about to. He's probably better off not coming to collect there and probably just letting it bounce and grabbing it. But ultimately, it falls out. And at this point, he has to stretch himself big. Like, really big. Like, full on like that. Like a salmon fishing in the Yemen. But he doesn't. And he just sort of falls backwards. And Manny is there to gobble up the chance. So Speed here is about to take the penalty. So bad. Such a poor penalty. No Speed KSI hasn't even had to dive. And quite frankly, if you're playing a game against non-professionals, I think the best thing is to react, and it's not to try and guess away. Unless you're trying to save a penny, it's like Chris MD or Miniminter, although they might go for the Panenka. There's a high chance they'll go for the Panenka. Harry always shoots to his left, I think across goal, 95% of the time. In the grand scheme of things, don't put it down the middle because the keeper is unlikely to move or go that far. That's from a shooting perspective. If you are a keeper, stay down the middle and react because there's not a high chance they're going in the corners or they're hitting it that hard. But he didn't do either, and Speed went straight down the middle, and this is what happens when you go straight down the middle. See, look, JJ waits, still is waiting. Shot comes in. He makes a brief move to his right, but ultimately he's in the middle, saves it with his left knee. Gets a little bit lucky it doesn't go in still, but ultimately a good save. But from the corner, Max Foch. Unreal, my friend. Unreal from my friend. What a man. What a man. Buzzing for him. What an absolute hit. But could KSI have done any better? But as the ball comes out here, KSI's in the middle of the goal. That's perfectly good. It might have his vision blocked by a few players. It's a very congested area. But ultimately, it comes here. And he's diving face down. That's not a position you want to be in. Okay, you want to long to your left. Maybe one arm out is quite far. We need a reverse angle. Vision. Okay, blocked here. So very difficult. Sees it here. It's just a good shot. I don't think anyone's getting to that. Honestly, if you save that, you are a tall man. Now, this is particularly odd goalkeeping here.
It's not going out.
Need some help, guys.
He gets it. No, I'm not. No foul there, if I'm honest. But Speed here. The goalkeeping from Cal Frozen here is ice cold. Closes the angle down, whereas I'm not sure XQC is doing this. He's rooted to his line at this point. Okay. But Cal Freezy comes straight out, close the angle. Bosh. Ball goes away. Either gets the pass off. Completed pass as well there from Cal Freezy. Impressive. And he goes straight down the other end. Now, XQC here. Something bad is about to happen. Something seriously bad.
Time.
Oh my God! It's going to be another one! It's end.
There's nothing I could possibly say. Okay. Speed misses that chance, and then you get griddied on by Mr. Toby Jizzle himself, which usually would not be an embarrassing goal to concede, but in this respect, it is. Long ball over. Pick it up, mate. I'm not quite sure. He's gone to pass it to Gideon, who's not ready, and I'm not even sure you could pass to someone that close to you. I'm not sure that's a possible move. That's a big problemo. At that point, I might be subbing in a new keeper. All right, the confidence is already absolutely smashed, and you've just been gridded on by Mr. Tobe Jizzle, and it's game over for you at that point. You need to go home. Okay, Foch here has another shot from outside the box. Poor. That was a poor choice, Foch, mate. I'm not gonna lie. You'd scored the one banger, and then you've had an absolute stinker here trying to replicate that. You got ahead of yourself because look at this. 7 people against 3 here. But fair play. Jacksepticeye and Max Foch get back. And now at this point, not the worst. Vic is offside, so he's ruled out. And Toby's over there. And it'll be an interesting pass to get it over to Toby. But then shifts to the right. Uses Foch's momentum against him. Not the worst. Not the worst to concede there from XQC. I'll give him that. He's allowed to concede that one. I don't think it's gone too top bins or side netting, but it looked like he got almost a full stretch save pulled off. He's landed on his front ways instead of his side, so maybe not the biggest save in the world, but we could let him off that one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now this is where KSI loses his mind.
Good defending there from Eric. JJ! Oh, no!
Incredible. Incredible how Speed hasn't scored there. Absolutely shocking. I don't know what KSI is doing at all. But does he know he's there? He must know. Look, he's there. He looks up there. Still not too late. Surely even just booted down the middle. You can turn, pass to Jamie this way. Holds on to it. Backs himself against speed. Insanity how that hasn't got in. Terrible goalkeeper, and he's got away with it.
So now, what can he do?
Here come YouTube All-Stars.
Chung sits it.
Oh, God. Oh, lordy. Lordy. I'm not sure I've ever seen this in any game of football ever. In history. Why would you roll back? There wasn't enough momentum. He jumped onto it. He wasn't jumping back. He jumped onto it. Shocking. Absolutely shocking piece of average amateur goalkeeping here.
And the attack.
There you go, YouTube All-Stars again. Chris D from distance. It's a good save. That's as good as you're going to get in a YouTuber charity match. All right, let's see it from the reverse angle here. Loads of space for Chris. Great strike. It curves to the middle of the goal, but it's a charity match. It's a very, very good save there from KSI, and probably one of the best saves you'll probably get in a charity match. Right, look at this. Look at the space. Look at the defending. Who's picking up Vicstar? Look at that space. Actually, you know, he's worked hard and made that space for himself. Okay, lovely ball through. Oh, but he doesn't push on. Can he get the assist? Banger. Absolute banger from Harold. Screamer. Absolute screamer. I don't think there's anything XUC can do about this goal. If you're someone who maybe likes football, doesn't like football, and then you somehow find yourself in a position to be playing a game of football, or if you don't back yourself maybe up front or whatever, the best thing to do is to pass it to someone on your team. I cannot stress that enough. And that is what Vic has done here. Sensible. He is a man of logic. And Harry is a man of sheer power.
Vision.
It's an unorthodox attempt at a save. Another double-handed sort of big old whoop from XQC. But ultimately, the speed, the power, the relative top corner accuracy of this shot. Can't complain. Perfectly good goal to concede.
Flicks it past Mr. Beast. Looks for Niko.
Now Niko here, and once again, the goalkeeper positioning when it's not direct on is appalling. What is going on here, KSI? You pass your post. Where are you at this point? Let's have a look. Ball coming through. He starts in the middle of the goal. And then I'm struggling here. I'm really struggling on this one. You can't be conceding that. Not in that fashion. You can concede from this point. It's 1-on-1. It's a charity game. Who cares? You can concede from here. But not like this. It's only for the trained eye. But there is, if you look closely, there's a little bit more space here than here. And go forward a few seconds.
Go.
Yeah, I see what Niko's done here. Niko has waltzed it into that slightly larger space. Problem which seems to be apparent for both goalkeepers in this match.
9 minutes injury time. We're almost 4 minutes into it. Oh, wow.
Ooh, poor for Chris D.
That's the game if it goes in.
Oh, and he keeps it in, though. Keeps it. Oh, why has he dropped it? He picks it up, then drops it. I don't know if XQC is worried about maybe a pass-back rule. So he tries to kick it out, but I don't think the pass-back rule would apply there. Okay, that is not a pass. So XQC should have picked it up here. But what about the initial... Okay. You want to make yourself big as a goalkeeper. I'm afraid he seems to get a little bit smaller here. Okay. Now, the ball has not been cleared properly as a result of that mess. KSI is up.
It's the speed.
And then some really poor defending here.
Surely that's offside.
So let's start off with the defending for this goal. Chunks was doing a little bit too much that he was doing pretty much all game. I felt like he wanted some sort of skill highlights reel. Fair enough. That's why we're all here. Now, communication is key in football. And I don't know if someone has told Will to absolutely drive it at Chunks from a very close range. If they have, I feel like I would like to know the logic behind that call. Hit off Chunks' cock. And now no one is offside at this point. It's an intentionally played ball by Will. And Sidemen player comes through. Little pull of the shirt. Now here. Oh, he's taken the shot early. If you notice that, he's taken the shot a little bit early, which is very clever. Here and then Bosch is where he's about to hit it. As you see, he wants to be coming out. He wants to close this down. You want to come out. Once again, make yourself big. Legs akimbo, either side of you, almost doing the splits. Jump at him like prime Kasper Schmeichel. Also, maybe not the worst position. Like, bearing in mind, this is charity. This is a charity match. This is what we're basing it on. He's still rooted to his line, but not the end of the world here. He can still save it. But he's gone with his leg there, and he's always moving backwards rather than forwards. That's an issue with goalkeeper. I do it at 5-star all the time. I think it's just like I think it's more like a natural thing for your body to be like, I don't want to get twatted with the ball in the face or something. So you sort of dive maybe backwards, or, you know, you're always sort of moving backwards. But you need to try and snap out of that. So I can't blame someone for doing that in this game, really. And, you know, it's a good finish. I'm not going to blame him for this one. Should have come out. But I'm not blaming XQC for conceding that goal. I've been your boy, Kieran Carlin. I hope you've enjoyed this silly video. I think it's nice to look at it from a different perspective and not like a professional goalkeeping perspective, because that's not what this game is and that's not what it's about. It was a fantastic game in general, as it was every year. Once again, well done to the Sidemen and everything they did. If you are a miserable bloke online, or you just don't get it, then you are an insane person, all right? I'm not just saying it because I had a couple of friends playing in it, and I, you know, but like, oh, closer to the hole, sir. But one, it's for charity. Two, imagine even if you don't get YouTube, imagine for a moment you and your mates could play at your favourite stadium, or just a massive professional stadium, and just have a kickabout, essentially, have a mess about, and then raise 2.4 million to charity at the same time in front of 60,000 people. Would you do it? Yeah, you fucking would, you Burke. I hope when I'm older, I'm not as miserable as some of the miserable people on Twitter and in this world. It boggles the mind. I've been your boy Kieran. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.